Hi, boys and girls. Well, do you remember when we were talking about landforms and the many different landforms that make up the surface of the earth? Well, today we're going to review 2 of those landforms. And our book today is called Bodies of Water, Lakes and Ponds. So lakes are one landform and ponds are another landform. So let's take a look at what we can learn about lakes and ponds. Thank goodness, a table of contents. Now I know I'm going to get a wrinkle on my brain because I'll know more information about lakes and ponds. Lakes. Water. I like how this page has a label on there. It's definitely another feature of a non-fiction book, so I know what the book is talking about. Most of the earth is covered by water. That's why we call it the blue planet. When you're looking at Earth from space, you mainly see blue. Some of this water is in lakes. A lake is a large area covered by water. Most lakes have fresh water. The water is not salty. Thank goodness. When I swim in an ocean, I get salty water in my mouth. When I swim in a lake, most of the time the water is fresh. Lakes have land on all sides. So a lake is a body of water that is surrounded by land. Lakes are smaller than oceans. So even though some lakes can be very big, they're still smaller than oceans and seas. Ponds. Oh, there's another label. Pond. A pond is a very small lake. Ponds are shallow. Do we know what shallow means? Yeah, you're right. Shallow means that it's not very deep. It's not going to be too deep for us to swim in or for animal life to live in. Ponds can be very shallow. How lakes form. Higher land, lake. Lakes form in low areas of the land. The land around the lake is higher. The lowland fills with water. The lowland becomes a lake. So it's almost like when you have 2 high sections of ground and then rain falls and collects in the dip in between them. Except this is a lot more. Some lakes are near mountains. Some lakes form in the craters of volcanoes sometimes, especially dormant. And we know what dormant means, like our trees that sleep in the wintertime, but they're just dormant. Some lakes are in valleys. Oh, we know about valleys being a landform, having high mountains on or hills on either side and creating that V for valley. Lake life. Oh, label for our friend the turtle. Lakes can have many animals. Lakes can have many plants. I see some water lilies there, and I also see some reeds and cattails. How we use lakes. People use lakes for drinking water. Yeah, because we need a lot of water as humans to stay hydrated. That means we need to take in water. People use pipes to bring lake water to them. Here's that pipe. Although in this case, it looks like the pipe is squirting water out rather than taking it in. So that's a bit interesting. People use lakes to move goods. Yup, there are some lakes that are big enough to have container ships on them. People use lakes to reach new places. Sometimes it's too far to drive around the lake, and so they take a ferry boat across the lake, and some ferry boats are even big enough to take vehicles on them. Lake facts. Lake Baikal is the largest lake in the world. It is in Russia. Lake Superior is the second largest lake in the world. It is in the United States and Canada. So that means it has the border of two different countries running through the lake. So now we know more information about lakes and ponds. We call this an aquatic landform because aquatic means water. So scroll on down and find out what your aquatic assignment is going to be today.